In this video, I show you how to verify trig identities using the odd and even trig identities. Be sure to check out my video where I prove the odd and even trig identities. Looking at our example here, we have cosecant of negative theta over secant of negative theta plus cosine of negative theta over sine of negative theta is equal to negative 2 times cotangent of theta. And we want to show that the left-hand side of the equation is equal to the right-hand side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the left-hand side of the equation. So the left-hand side is equal to C as C of negative theta divided by SEC of negative theta plus cosine of negative theta divided by sine of negative theta. Now I'm going to apply the even and odd properties. So we know that cosecant is an odd function. This means that we simply take the negative sign and pull it out. And we know that secant is an even function, so we simply disregard the negative sign within the function. So this is equal to negative CSC of theta over secant of theta plus, and cosine is an even function, so we disregard the negative sign. So we say cosine of theta divided by, and sine is an odd function, so we take the negative sign and pull it out. So negative sine of theta. Now I'm going to use the reciprocal identity for cosecant and secant. We know that cosecant of theta is equal to 1 over sine of theta, so I say this is equal to negative 1 over sine of theta divided by, and we know that secant of theta is equal to 1 over cosine of theta. So I say 1 over cosine of theta. Now I'm going to take this negative sign and bring it out, so we have minus cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. Now we have a fraction divided by a fraction, so I can simply multiply by the reciprocal here. So we say this is equal to negative 1 over sine of theta times cosine of theta divided by 1. And I'm going to bring this down, so we have minus cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. Now I'm just going to multiply cosine and 1 together and sine and 1 together, so we have that this is equal to negative cosine of theta divided by sine of theta minus cosine of theta divided by sine of theta. Since we have a common denominator, I can go ahead and combine the numerator. So this is equal to negative cosine of theta minus cosine of theta all over sine of theta. And now I'm just going to add negative cosine of theta minus cosine of theta. So we have, this is equal to negative 2 cosine of theta over sine of theta. But now I know by the quotient identity that cosine of theta divided by sine of theta is cotangent of theta. So this is equal to negative 2 cotangent of theta. And this is equal to the right-hand side of the equation. And that is how you verify trigonometric identities using the odd and even trig identities. Thank you for watching, and always remember that you are awesome.